It might be a bye week for the Dallas Cowboys, but it is not a bye week for breaking down the film. Welcome in the Film Room, presented by Hyperice here at the Star in Frisco with Super Bowl champion Isaiah Stanback. I'm Kyle Yeomans. Glad you're with us. Let's take a look back at how the Cowboys have started to develop heading into the halfway point of the season. They're sitting at 6-2 in the middle of the bye week, but moving forward, of course, they've got a lot of challenges on their plate over these next couple of weeks. But Isaiah, let's start things off by the run defense. They gave up 200-plus yards rushing against that Chicago Bears offensive front. How do they improve upon that moving forward?
Well, the front office helped out, Kyle. The front office went out and got big Jonathan Hankins, 6'3", 340 pounds.
Check.
Yeah, I know they gave up a lot of yards, but when big Jonathan Hankins was in the game, there was 2 yards less per carry when he was in there. Shows you just how effective he was. Let's just take this thing to the film room. I want to highlight where he is at. Big boy is right there. It's nice to have a big fella right there in the middle of your defensive line. All right, but what effect does he have on the game? It allows for him to be able to line up in this gap, right here in the A gap. You see the center right here. He's going to shade that man half a man, and if this guard wants to come in there, these guys are both going to try to tag team and try to take him out to play, but he is trying to get vertical. You guys see right there, he is trying to split these two guys right here. We have Osa Odigizua on the backside trying his best to cross face, but right there, pause it. What do you have? You have linemen, okay? 2 offensive linemen on Osa. You have 2 offensive linemen on Jonathan Hankins. What does that allow your linebackers to now be able to do? Free flow. This is why Ray Lewis was so doggone good for so long. You have 4 linemen blocking 2 guys. It frees up not only your linebackers, but now your backside can make quick decisions. You see it right here. These guys do a great job of stopping this thing up. There is no movement off the line of scrimmage. Big Jonathan Hankins clogs it up. We make a big tackle. That's the reason why they were less effective running the ball against the Dallas Cowboys when he was present in the game.
And that was a read option from Chicago. Justin Fields had an opportunity to pull that ball, but because of the convolution right there in the middle, that muddiness in the middle by Jonathan Hankins, he wasn't able to pull the ball, one, because the read was already made by the defense, correct?
That's it. When you had the big fellas in there on the inside, you saw the defensive end freed up. That is the read typically for most quarterbacks on the RPO. And hopefully it causes some issues down the road for some of those other quarterbacks we're going to face.
Yeah, definitely so, because you still got to see Jalen Hurts down the road. You're still going to see a couple other great quarterbacks on the ground. Our quarterback has now gotten 2 games under his belt after returning from injury a couple weeks ago. Now he's had 2 straight games, 2 straight wins, but he's starting to get better along the way. This was his one mistake. He's only thrown 1 interception in those 2 games. This was the one. What went on in this play that kind of caught your eye?
Well, Kyle, it was not his fault. It definitely wasn't his fault at all. It was CeeDee Lamb's fault. And yes, we're going to call it out, and we're going to highlight it because guess what? You have to acknowledge the fact that you were in the wrong. The passing game is starting to come along. Kellen Moore is starting to figure things out. These boys put up 49 points, but this was the one negative. But let me show you exactly why this was the negative. As you guys see here, whatever route was called down here converts. Why is it going to convert? Well, because you have cover 2. You have a guy that's going to sit right here. That's his requirement. That's his responsibility. You have a safety here. You have a safety here. Now, BC, Mr. Barry Church would like to be very proud of this safety right here because he disguises this and makes it look like it's cover 3. It is right now, if you're a quarterback, it looks like cover 3, but it's not cover 3. It is cover 2. This guy has every area. He has that area. He has this area. He has this area right here. Where can you do against cover 2? Well, you want to make sure that your receivers do their job. Right here, Hendershot does a great job of running a route and grabbing these 2 linebackers, okay? You're going to have this guy's attention grab, and you're going to have this guy's attention grab. Right there, it's perfect. What does that open up? Now that opens up the second level. There's going to be a big hole back here for who to run into. Well, you're going to be able to run your good old CeeDee Lamb right into this on a deep in route. Grab here, throw behind. That's the way it's supposed to be. Let's see what happens. Ball to snap. Pause it right there. Hendershot, as we talked about, does a great job of sitting right here in the middle. Where are the eyes at? Both of these linebackers now have their eyes on him. Okay, that is their responsibility. All right, we see the receivers out here, okay, taking things out the top, getting outside. Where did I say that hole was going to be at? That hole was going to be right behind these linebackers if they come flat. What happens if he drifts up the field and takes this thing lazy route instead of taking the straight route? Well, now you have this safety who is sitting back here keying on Dak Prescott. allows for some space to come in there. There goes CeeDee Lamb being a little lazy, CeeDee, taking things up the field, and it results in an INT. That is a great play call by Kellen Moore. That is a good ball by Dak Prescott under pressure. Bad route by CeeDee Lamb. That's something they will get corrected. Dak's never going to say that publicly.
Sure.
He's going to take ownership, but that's something we can't have.
I want to replay this. Go farther back to where the interception was actually made here, right? Where, keep going, right there, stop. So if CeeDee Lamb crosses face here.
CeeDee Lamb's supposed to come right here.
Correct. If he does that, he's in the right place at the right time. Right here, he's a step behind. That's why the interception happened. Look how many people are in between CeeDee Lamb and open space if things don't go in favor of the Bears here. It could have been a huge play if it's completed.
Now, you got Hendershot doing his job grabbing these guys. If CeeDee Lamb would have ran his route and came right across right here at the 40-yard line, you're absolutely correct, Kyle. This safety would have drove on him. He could have probably shook that tackle off. He probably would have came out to shoot right here. What do you have? Well, you have your receiver coming down here that can simply crack back, and now all of a sudden you're off to the runnings right here. But guess what? You don't have that opportunity because you chose to have a lazy route.
Got to continuously play to the whistle and play till the ball touches you in the hands with CeeDee Lamb. Now, you've seen a guy do that quite a bit. He's been in the backfield for the Cowboys, and I'm not talking about Ezekiel Elliott. I'm talking about Tony Pollard. This dude has been an absolute game changer. How did he continue that in his first game as a starter here in 2022?
Well, first of all, this offensive line and Coach Philbin's doing a great job of piecing this team together. He's rotating guys in. McGovern, he got Peters in there. All these guys are starting to have a lot of continuity. Okay, so you're seeing guys get moved off the ball. The defensive line is no longer being able to hold their ground right here at the line of scrimmage. You're going to see these guys start getting pushed back, and when that happens, you're able to initiate your play the same way that they draw it up on paper in install. Let's go ahead and push the play button and show you guys exactly what's taking place here. Boom, pause it. Great job. We have the double team going here. You see our guys right here, Biotish, okay, McGovern. These guys are going to work up as a combo block, and what they're trying to do is get up here to the next level so they can shield this off. And then we have McEwen coming up here. That's his responsibility right here. Where's Zach Martin at? Zach Martin's right here working on this linebacker, okay? Then we have the backside, okay, with Steele. He's trying to wall things off here. So you see everybody is trying to get their head across. They're doing a good job. What does that leave as the running back's responsibility, okay? The running back is now responsible for this safety. He is going to be unblocked. That is your responsibility, Tony Pollard. Handle him accordingly. Does he do so? I think so. So everybody gets their block. Boom, look at this. Like, everybody got a man on. Man on. We want to get on this other side right here, but guess what? Don't worry about it. TP will handle that for you. All right, as TP comes through the hole right here, who do we say is going to be none accounted for? Okay, we got our backside, this safety. There's always going to be one guy, whether it's this backside safety or whether it's this front side safety. One of those guys is going to be unaccounted for. He decides to insert himself into the box, but he hit him with the ski skirt. Nope, you're not going to be able to get me. And then guess what happens? He just simply puts it in sixth gear and hits straight gas on him. That's what TP allows for you to do. He's going to take care of that one man that you cannot account for at the line of scrimmage, and that's what you want from your number 20. He's a beast. He's a dog.
Forget the sixth gear. Talk about turbo mode. I mean, you're putting that thing into the nitro drive to get into the end zone. Tony Pollard and company, 3 rushing touchdowns against the Chicago Bears. And, of course, the Cowboys continue their run of NFC North opponents following the bye week. We're going to break it down for you on Film Room heading into next week and their matchup on the road at Lambeau Field against the Green Bay Packers. For Isaiah Stanback, I'm Kyle Yeomans. That does it for Film Room, presented by Hyperice.